Hello, everyone, my lovely people, ladies and gentlemen, who like to listen to this podcast, or whoever has never listened to the podcast before but came or happened to find it and listen to it today. So hello, everyone. I make this podcast for everyone who is looking for answers and try to take those answers from all different sources and places and find them. So hopefully, by sharing my experience, I can help you to find those answers. If you are in the beginning of your way, of your spiritual way, if you have just started, if you have never really come by any information like this, and this is just the beginning, that's great. If you have found some answers but are still looking, I just would like to share what I have been through already and what answers I have found. And although I am still looking, I've been through this journey for over a year, 2 years, I'd say, when those answers started coming to me fast and hard, as they say. So the purpose of this podcast is really sharing my knowledge. It's still not great, and I am still looking, but I thought it's a great place. And I am really, really grateful for all the information I have found through similar podcasts and YouTube channels also, where people share their experience. And I don't want to compare myself to those people because I just know and I see that I am in the total beginning of everything. I am not an expert. I just want to share my knowledge, how I see it. And today I wanted to talk about affirmation, manifestation, and perhaps intention as well. And I wanted to talk about it for a long time now. And I think I have mentioned things about manifestation and affirmation in my previous podcasts. And I wanted to talk about how to manifest, even though that's maybe not the best title. Because first of all, I believe that we create our reality all the time, and we do it unintentionally, and we do it also intentionally. One of the things, how we create our reality, so how we manifest our reality, is by words. Saying things like, I am so stupid, I can never do that, I never have luck, I am so unlucky. Saying things like this and putting it out there to the universe, you can feel it when I say that. And if you say that now aloud to yourself, just now, pause this podcast and say that. How does it feel? How does it make your body feel? Don't you feel this kind of pain in the chest, maybe, or slightly some sort of feeling in your stomach? Not a nice feeling. However it feels for you, it doesn't feel nice. And now try to say, I am always lucky. Things come easy to me. And then say to yourself a couple of times, and other nice things. I have really beautiful eyes. I really like my arms. I know how to make money. I am always lucky. I am a great cook. I am a great writer. I am really good at painting. I am really great at bringing up kids. I really know how to spend money well. I am really great at organizing. Just all those things that you can think about yourself and just say it over and over and over and again, and how this makes you feel. Probably a little bit like, oh, just why would I say such a nice things about me? It just doesn't come as natural, right? As saying bad things about yourself. And I can go into tangent where this comes from, but I won't at the moment. I'm just putting it out there for you to think and see the difference. So then, first of all, every time you think bad about yourself, be aware and stop yourself. I have a friend whose daughter is she's very intuitive. It's a small child. She's 11, and this daughter is very it's just very different, I would say. We always say that she came straight from the stars. She's a star child, and I don't know how many lives she had here on earth, how many reincarnations, but I think that this time she just came straight from the stars, and she just had a very tough time adjusting. But she comes to her mom with pearls of wisdom, and one time her mom was saying something like this to herself, like something in line of "I am stupid" or "Why am I so dumb?" And then the child say, "Mom, never talk about yourself like this. Why would you talk about yourself like this?" So this is one point of affirming, of manifesting your life and yourself, how you are, how you think about yourself, and then how other people see you. You must know about those people who just think they are great and they say that aloud. And even though they sometimes come as slightly irritating or very irritating, you can still say or feel around them that they have this aura of being very self-assured and or having quite high self-esteem, at least energetically outside. I am not gonna go what's happening inside, but energetically how they create this aura about themselves. And another thing that I have just looked just before doing this podcast is what's the difference between manifesting and affirming. And there isn't that much difference. Pretty much manifesting is how I see it, is just thinking about the idea and kind of putting an intention there, and during meditation, and this could be also done as a visualization, so bringing up pictures, visions of what the experience should be. So they say, if you do this method, and let's say you would like to move somewhere, buy a house, you imagine and visualize this place with every detail, how the windows would look like, how the walls would look like, the garden. That's how I do that. I think about the place, the big house where I would like to live with my animals, and also a partner. The image that just comes to me very often, I don't know why, but I just go with it, is just someone with a really nice jacket that they put around my shoulders in a gesture of like a support and love. And I almost feel this love when they put this kind of jacket around me, and put their hand around my shoulders. I just that's a kind of a very private vision that I visualize that, but I also feel it. So I am able to, when I visualize that, I am able to feel this love. And this, when I do that, this love obviously comes from me, from myself, from my heart. But I visualize it or feel it as if it was coming from my partner. And I also believe and feel that this already exists, that it's somewhere there. And some people say it might be existing in your parallel life, so in a different version of you, a version of you that you are how I understand that, almost like wanting to merge with a vision of you somewhere in parallel or maybe in the future, because also we know that time doesn't exist. So in our 3D world, we say past, parallel, present, or future, but really it all goes on together. So if the version of you that you are thinking of, if the experience, the feelings, the life that you want to be exists, you would feel like that. You would behave as if this was already happening to you, to then kind of merge with this image, and then you would manifest it. You would energetically bring it on to you. I know it's all difficult to imagine, but if you slowly think about this, how you feeling at the moment. So let's say you are sad or disappointed or not really happy. That brings you to here now and in this moment. That's how you are. And if you don't move out from that, that's how it's going to continue. So when sitting in meditation and trying to visualize, or it could be anything that works for you. So it could be start off with maybe smelling something, maybe a candle or anything that kind of gives you the spark of being in the frame of mind of going into more into your mind, of your higher self, of your take something that will take you from here and now, in a sense of bringing you and rising your vibration a little bit. But how going back to how I do that, I sit in meditation and then let the visualization just come to me. I don't try to force it in a sense, but more sit with this. If nothing happens, and sometimes I sit with myself and nothing happens, very often you just have to first just be with yourself and not try to think about anything as such, and then let it go, and then it will slowly come to you. I don't really necessarily know where this vision of this jacket and the man's hand around my shoulder came to me, but it came to me, and I also felt it, and I really love that I felt it, because then it became more real, and that's when it becomes more of an affirmation, because it's as if it's already happening. So it's almost as if manifestation morphs into affirmation, so something that's already happened. And then the last thing I wanted to say is, if you think about this, or maybe the last one before, last one before the last thing I wanted to say is that if you think about something often enough and kind of make it conscious in your mind that you think, and it could be really small stuff, could be really, really small thing. For me, very, very recent one was that I was watching this movie. I am really into Korean dramas at the moment. I don't know why. I have to figure out why. I think one of the reasons is because I used to live in Asia. In one of my previous lives, I am really connected to either Korea or China or Japan, and I love this. I love the art. I love tea. I love teapots, pottery. I love how the whole culture that they kind of thank for everything. And anyway, this was this one drama and about the couple. So there was like love element, very strong love element into those, and in those, and they met in Havana. And the two main characters met in Havana. And a lot of the movie took place in Havana, actually, and they were coming back and forth, and then they ended up in Havana. And I was thinking about this movie because I really liked the characters and kind of how this unfold. And the main female character, she was very strong, like a CEO type, but with kind of very horrible mother. And then the male, her lover, was younger than her. So it kind of reminded me of some parts of my life. And he was very supportive, and he was just very idyllic kind of character that supported her and loved her so much. And when the series finished, I was thinking about this movie a lot and just analyzing, just reminiscing about this. And then I went to this charity shop that I go often. I find vintage pieces there that I like. Like I usually look for kind of pottery or glass or pictures. And when I went into the secondhand shop, it's like my local one. The first thing I found there was this picture of Havana, which was really beautiful. It's like a picture or kind of drawing, artistic, with the Havana name written on it and the signature of the author. So obviously I picked it up. But things like this, these are little signs. I see them as little signs from the universe of your thoughts actually manifesting in life. So pay attention. And they say very often that it starts with being in your car and going somewhere to the parking lot and just saying to yourself, there's going to be a free parking spot for me. And that's it. And just believing in that and not doubting in that. And then, believe it or not, there will be a free parking spot, but you have to know yourself enough to know that on which level you are thinking about it. Are you doubting it and saying, no, not really, there's never gonna be empty space, there's never empty space for me, I always have to look for half an hour, or I have to go and look for another parking? Or you are going to go and say to yourself, this time I'm going to be so lucky, and there's gonna be a free parking spot in this place for me straight away. So try and see those little moments, and I have got plenty of those. They are very, very small ones, but so many. And this year also, I think I see that this intensifies, and sometimes also I tend to kind of sort of get scared when this happens and it's very intensive. Not scared as such, but just think to myself, because they are all nice things. I don't cut or think about bad things. I just don't want that. I just don't want to be kind of aware of that. And whenever I think about something in a negative way, I try to just lead off this way, like this is not necessary. I don't need to think this way. I know why my brain is thinking this way, because it's trying to protect me, and the brain is always going to think about things that might go wrong rather than things that will go right, because this is the brain. This is how we've been conditioned through many years of survival, and this is what our brain is kind of set on. So thinking about the ways we can die and kind of make sure that we are not going to die. So, and in those days, those things are things like, is our boss going to shout at us? Are we going to get rejected? Are we not going to have enough money? Things like this. So when we go into thinking this way, gently, again, without being like, I think negatively again. It's not about that. It's just understanding why we are like this, being appreciative also why we are like this. Our brain is just trying to protect us. And then gently going off that. And we can also do it by, and I've mentioned this many times also, listening to positive messages, surrounding ourselves by positive people is very, very important. If you have someone in your imminent closeness who is trying to be supportive but being negative and kind of showing you what may go wrong, this is not the best way, especially if you are fragile, if you have already things happening to you that are not favorable, if you are trying to be on the kind of higher emotional level, not being in the state of fear or anger, but you have people around you that are kind of bringing more of this of those feelings to your life. I'd say just gently move away from this situation. Not also by hurting or saying something bad to those people, because it's not about that. Every one of us is on our own level, and they go through their things and you go through your things. But yes, it would be good to kind of cut this off with those people for some time, because everything that surrounds us will have impact on how we feel also. I do hope that it was helpful. I hope that I didn't talk too quick, or you could understand things. And please let me know. And also, if you have any more questions, like I said, I am on Instagram. So if you'd like to send me a DM, that's fine, and I can try and reply to your questions. And also, if you rate this, I will then reach more people. If you rate this podcast, I will reach more people, because apparently that's how it works. So that would be amazing. And thank you so much for listening, and I speak to you next time. Bye bye.